We see their glamorous photos, red carpet smiles, and flawless performances. But behind every confident pose lies a hidden story. Today, we're uncovering 5 gay icons who face secret struggles the world never saw, revealing the real-life battles they fought and won. Because being an icon isn't just about fame or followers. It's about fighting your darkest moments with a courage the spotlight can't always capture. From childhood trauma and toxic relationships to mental health battles and quiet tears behind designer sunglasses, these stories will change how you see your favorite stars forever. Stay until the end and drop their number in the comments to tell us which story inspired you the most today. And tell us, where are you? Alvaro Mel, the Spanish star who's redefining cool and queer-coded masculinity. Alvaro Mel has become one of Spain's most recognizable faces, not just because of his striking good looks, but because of the quiet, magnetic charm that draws millions to his social media, modeling campaigns, and acting projects. Born in Salamanca, Spain, Alvaro initially rose to fame not through a blockbuster movie or a music hit, but through Instagram. His perfectly curated photos, edgy streetwear looks, and piercing gaze earned him a massive following, turning him from a small-town boy into an international influencer almost overnight. But Alvaro's appeal runs deeper than aesthetics. As his career grew, he began stepping into acting roles that showed he was more than just a pretty face. His breakthrough came with the Spanish series La Fortuna and later Paraíso, where his natural charisma and emotional depth on screen caught the attention of both fans and critics. What's especially intriguing about Alvaro, though, is how his public persona dances at the edge of queer-coded aesthetics, without him ever officially defining or labeling his orientation. In photo shoots, Alvaro effortlessly mixes soft and masculine energy. You might see him in a delicate pearl-draped outfit one day and a sharp, tailored suit the next. His Instagram posts often explore vulnerability and intimacy, whether through tender captions or playful self-expression, sparking endless speculation and admiration among his followers. This refusal to box himself in has made Alvaro an emblem of modern masculinity, a masculinity that allows room for softness, creativity, and fluidity. Importantly, Alvaro has never claimed a queer label or publicly identified as part of the LGBTQ+ community. But his influence within queer spaces, particularly among young fans exploring identity, is undeniable. Many fans see in him a symbol of how straight-presenting celebrities can challenge traditional gender norms and help broaden mainstream conversations around masculinity and beauty. Beyond modeling and acting, Alvaro is also passionate about photography, often sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses into his artistic experiments. His creativity extends beyond being in front of the camera. It's about shaping images, moods, and emotions that resonate with a generation craving authenticity and connection. As the lines between celebrity, influencer, and artist continue to blur, Alvaro Mel stands as a fascinating figure. He occupies a space where queer-coded expression meets global pop culture, where vulnerability meets cool, and where the next generation's ideas of love, beauty, and identity are constantly being rewritten. For his fans, queer and straight alike, Alvaro isn't just someone to admire on screen or in ads. He's a reminder that you don't need to shout who you are or what you stand for. Sometimes it's enough to live with authenticity, let your art speak, and give people permission to imagine a more fluid, expressive world. Drop a 5 if you're one of the millions who find Alvaro Mel's style and vibe absolutely unforgettable. Max Emerson, the fearless model who made the internet his stage. If you've been anywhere near Instagram over the past decade, chances are you've stumbled across Max Emerson. And once you do, it's hard to look away. With a body sculpted like a Greek statue, a mischievous grin, and a fearless attitude, Max has become one of the most recognizable gay male models on the planet. But what makes him truly magnetic isn't just the way he looks, it's the unapologetic way he lives. Born in Florida, Max entered the modeling world in his early 20s, quickly landing gigs with major brands like Abercrombie and Fitch, Armani, and Marc Jacobs. But unlike many models who stay in the glossy pages of fashion magazines, Max took control of his own narrative. He turned to YouTube, Instagram, and social media long before it was cool, building a fan base that was drawn not just to his looks, but to his humor, activism, and candid personality. Max was one of the early male models to openly and proudly identify as gay at a time when many in the industry were still encouraged to stay vague. But Max didn't just come out. He came out laughing, dancing, and poking fun at himself and the fashion world. His YouTube sketches tackled everything from dating disasters to body image to the ridiculousness of influencer culture. He invited people into his world, not the airbrushed fantasy, but the messy, funny, relatable side of being a young gay man navigating fame. Beyond the surface, Max is a passionate activist. He's used his platform to raise awareness and funds for LGBTQ+ youth homelessness, a cause close to his heart. His 2016 indie film Hooked tackled this issue head-on, blending storytelling with activism to shed light on the crisis. For Max, visibility has never just been about selfies and six-packs. It's about making sure queer youth see that they are not alone, that they are seen, and that they have worth. His romantic life has also captured headlines, particularly his longtime relationship with U.S. Army officer Andres Camilo. Together, they've become a beloved couple in the LGBTQ+ community, breaking stereotypes and showing the world what a proudly out, loving gay relationship can look like, complete with humor, adventure, and a lot of shirtless beach pics. What's remarkable about Max is his range. He's as comfortable strutting down a runway as he is making absurd YouTube videos or standing on a protest line. He's a reminder that you can be a thirst trap and an activist, a comedian and a model, a lover and a fighter, all at once. In a world obsessed with polished images, Max Emerson remains beautifully, hilariously human. He's not just a model in front of the camera, he's a model for how to live loudly, love proudly, and never take yourself too seriously. Drop a 2 in the comments if Max's fearless energy has ever brightened your feed. Aron Piper, the Spanish heartthrob who keeps everyone guessing. When you hear the name Aron Piper, chances are your mind goes straight to Elite, the Netflix smash hit that made this Spanish actor a global sensation. But Aron's story is more than just a teen drama success. With his cool, effortless vibe, piercing gaze, and mysterious aura, he's become a modern-day icon who transcends labels and borders. Born in Germany but raised in Spain, Aron burst onto the scene with his role as Ander Munoz, a sensitive, conflicted teen grappling with sexuality, love, and identity. It didn't take long for fans to fall head over heels, not just for the character, but for the actor himself. And as the world watched, Aron became something rare, an actor who made queer and straight audiences swoon alike. What sets Aron apart isn't just his acting talent or his looks, it's his vibe. He embodies a kind of quiet rebellion, a refusal to be boxed in. In interviews, he's famously reserved, never rushing to define himself or satisfy public curiosity. That air of mystery has only amplified the fascination around him. People speculate. Is he queer? Is he an ally? Is he just that good at capturing emotion on screen? Aron, for his part, doesn't hand out easy answers, but his impact is undeniable. Aron's portrayal of Ander wasn't just another gay best friend role. It was raw, vulnerable, and deeply human. He brought nuance to a character that could have been reduced to cliches. Fans around the world, especially young LGBTQ+ viewers, saw parts of themselves reflected on screen. And it mattered. Ander's struggles with love, health, and identity felt real, and Aron played every moment with a delicate mix of strength and fragility. Off-screen, Aron leans into the role of an unconventional star. His fashion choices push boundaries. His social media is a blend of surreal art, music, and cryptic captions. He's collaborated with edgy brands, starred in music videos, and even dipped into his own music career, blending trap, reggaeton, and alternative sounds. What's most fascinating is how Aron has built a space where he doesn't need to explain himself. His fans embrace him as he is, queer-coded, fluid, undefined, And in doing so, they've helped shape a new kind of male icon, one who doesn't need to declare his orientation to be embraced by the LGBTQ+ community. Aron Piper is more than a pretty face on Netflix. He's a symbol of a generation craving complexity, craving authenticity, craving freedom. He's the heartthrob who dares to stay unpredictable, and in today's fame-hungry world, that's a rebellion in itself. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're as captivated by Aron's mystique as we are. Louis Hoffman doesn't chase the spotlight. It finds him. He has that rare, quiet gravity, the kind of presence that makes a room fall silent without asking for it. You don't notice when he enters a scene. You notice when he leaves because something feels missing. Born in Cologne, Louis began his career young, but his performances never feel young. They feel lived in, full of thought, hesitation, and unspoken history. In Dark, he turned science fiction into heartbreak, carrying centuries of emotion behind every glance. In All the Light We Cannot See, he made silence speak louder than dialogue. His characters don't shout, they ache. Louis' allure isn't the heat of fame, it's the warmth of understanding. He makes introspection cinematic. His face holds 1,000 emotions at once: love, loss, guilt, and tenderness, shifting so subtly you can't tell where one ends. Watching him feels less like observing a performance and more like eavesdropping on someone's soul. What makes him so magnetic to queer audiences isn't just his beauty, it's his vulnerability. There's a softness in the way he holds his gaze, an openness that refuses to armor itself. In a time when masculinity still hides behind irony and detachment, Louis stands as proof that sensitivity can be seductive. He redefines strength as empathy, intimacy as power. Off-screen, he's everything his on-screen presence promises. Calm, deliberate, and deeply human. He talks about acting like a craft, not a career. About storytelling as connection, not performance. When he smiles, it's small and genuine, the kind that doesn't ask to be captured but somehow always is. That humility only deepens the fascination. Fashion loves him for the same reason film does. He brings depth to stillness. European designers style him in quiet luxury. Crisp shirts, undone collars, pale wool coats. Never flashy, always precise. He wears simplicity the way others wear armor. And in that restraint lies his seduction. For queer viewers, Louis Hoffman embodies emotional truth. His characters don't announce their identities, they simply live them. That authenticity resonates. The courage to be soft, the beauty of being seen without explanation. He doesn't play queer roles, he plays people. Complex, contradictory, alive. And that in itself is revolutionary. In 2025, Louis represents the best of what cinema can still be. Not spectacle, but sincerity. Not noise, but nuance. While others perform to be adored, he invites you to feel alongside him. He makes vulnerability feel timeless, even sacred. Louis Hoffman doesn't seduce you with words. He does it with stillness, the way his breath catches between lines, the way his eyes flicker when emotion threatens to surface. He reminds you that attraction can be quiet, that love can exist in silence. Because the hottest thing about Louis Hoffman isn't his face. It's the fact that he makes you feel safe enough to look, and still nervous that you'll see too much. Mason Gooding doesn't need to announce himself. You feel him before you see him. That easy warmth, the calm confidence, the quiet assurance of a man who knows exactly who he is and doesn't need to prove it. Hollywood used to worship the loud kind of charisma, the smirk, the swagger, the performance. Mason brought something different: authenticity. He's not trying to be the next anyone. He's simply Mason, grounded, charming, a little dangerous in how comfortable he is with himself. From Love, Victor to Scream, he's become one of Gen Z's most magnetic new presences. He plays the guy you trust too quickly, the one whose smile feels like safety until you realize it's also seduction. That's his power. He bridges the gap between heartthrob and human confidence and compassion. Mason represents the kind of masculinity the new generation wants: expressive, emotional, and unafraid to listen. When he speaks, it's measured, thoughtful. He carries himself with intention, like someone who's spent time figuring out what matters and what doesn't. You can sense it. The balance of fire and stillness, energy and empathy. What makes him irresistible isn't just his face. It's the way he makes presence feel personal. Even on screen, you feel like he's talking directly to you. His energy has texture. The kind that feels physical, familiar, almost touchable. He's also refreshingly unfiltered about growth, about mental health, about redefining what being a man in Hollywood means. He doesn't just take up space, he makes space. For conversation, for softness, for complexity. It's no wonder audiences, especially queer ones, see something liberating in him. Mason doesn't perform inclusivity, he lives it. The way he interacts, the way he celebrates his peers, the way he moves through the industry, it all radiates one message. There's strength in being kind. Fashion has quickly caught on. Mason's style speaks fluent confidence, tailored without being stiff, minimal but never safe. He wears color the way most people wear armor: bright, open, unapologetic. There's something sensual about that simplicity. No pretense, no hiding. Off-screen, he's funny, grounded, and deeply self-aware. You can see it in interviews. That mix of charm and sincerity that feels almost old school. It's reminiscent of the golden era movie stars, but translated for a generation raised on vulnerability. He's not selling fantasy. He's embodying possibility. He's the kind of man who reminds you that true confidence doesn't shout, it glows. That representation isn't about being loud, it's about being real. And maybe that's his secret. Mason Gooding doesn't demand attention. He earns it. With warmth, with purpose, with presence. Because sometimes the hottest thing a man can do is simply mean what he says. And there you have it. 5 unforgettable queer and queer-coded icons who are setting the world on fire in 2025. These men aren't just celebrities, they're pioneers, rule breakers, and symbols of a generation that refuses to be boxed in. Whether they're proudly out or reshaping masculinity with quiet defiance, they remind us all that beauty, identity, and power come in many forms. From the silver screen to social media, from music charts to fashion runways, they're inspiring millions to live boldly, love fearlessly, and express themselves unapologetically. Let's celebrate them not just for who they love or how they dress, but for the courage it takes to be true to themselves and the ripple effect they create across the world. Drop a number if you believe representation matters, and tell us in the comments which of these icons stole your heart today.